one. Lane 2, Caitlin Baker of Western Illinois. And 3, Alexia Allen of Little Rock. And 4, also her teammate Jasmine Torres of Little Rock. In the middle, the favorite for this race, Tennessee State's Natalia Bryant. In 6, Anaya Brown of Tennessee Martin. In 7, Kendall Holweg of Southeast Missouri State. In 8, Hallie Thomas of Eastern Illinois. And Brianna Dixon for Southeast Missouri State is in the far lane 9. Natalia Brown, 105.92 in lane number 5. And 3, Alexia Allen, a seed time of 102.45. And in lane number 8, Hallie Thomas of Eastern Illinois, 103.11. See how this shapes up again as our starter has the gun up on race number 1 of the 400-meter hurdles. And we're away. First race, we go into the south curve here. Lane 4, and Torres of Little Rock and Bryant. Bryant of Tennessee State, that's Little Rock as we go onto the back stretch with Alexia Allen making up the stagger. Allen catching up with the rest of the field on the outside. You've got Thomas of Eastern Illinois and Dixon of Southeast Missouri State. Now Thomas taking the lead there in the outside lanes. Here from lane 2, Alexia Allen going into the north curve at O'Brien. And behind the scoreboard still we have Hallie Thomas of Eastern Illinois in good position here as we straighten it out. It's Eastern Illinois versus Little Rock. Thomas of Eastern Illinois with one more hurdle to go, and she continues to hold that lead. Thomas, Eastern Illinois, will get the automatic to the final, 103-104. The second place here is Alexia Allen of Little Rock. 103 is what we came up with to start out, and as we watch the scoring, Alexia Allen, 105.22 with a second place. Bryant is in third with a 106.73 for Tennessee State. Thomas, the winner, 104.05. Thomas of Eastern Illinois. There's your top 3 in race number 1. Let's look at heat number 2 of this 400-meter hurdle preliminary. Ashante Brown of the Lindenwood Lions, a freshman, will be in 1. Asante Boone of SIU Edwardsville in 2. Jaderica Welch of Tennessee Martin in 3. Pearl on Winbiko of Tennessee State, the 4. Kate Lee McGinty of Southeast Missouri State in 5. Bailey Boddicker for the Leathernecks of Western Illinois in 6. Layla Hardin of Southeast Missouri State in 7. Bailey Smith, Tennessee State in 8. And Sophia Myers, Western Illinois in 9. Hardin of Southeast Missouri, lane number 7. The only competitor under a minute in this second heat. So she'll lead the field in 7. 104, lane number 9, Myers of Western Illinois. And in lane number 1, Brown of Lindenwood with a 104. As this group now tries to get into those 6 available spots on time for the 400-meter hurdles on the women's side. Here we go, guns up. And we're underway. Stagger even in the first 50 meters. There goes Hardin in the red singlet over black. And as we get onto the back stretch right now, Hardin of Southeast Missouri moving up on the field. Lane number 4 in this group is Onwinbiko of Tennessee State. She also in good position at the moment. Way on the outside, we've got Sophia Myers of Western Illinois with Bailey Smith of Tennessee State now. And we've lost Hardin as a hurdle took her down for a second. And so now the advantage, lane number 9, Sophia Myers, Western Illinois, down in 1, Ashante Brown of Lindenwood, and lane number 3, Welsh of Tennessee Martin. Might have a chance, but she's starting to stagger her. So we're still out in lane number 9 in Western Illinois, Sophia Myers. It was close at the end between Myers and Welsh. Let's see how it comes up on the scoreboard, at least for the top 3 places. So we'll know who the second automatic is, joining Haley Thomas in the finals. It is Sophia Myers of Western Illinois, 103.78. Welch of the Skyhawks, 104.16, will get second. And Ashante Brown in third for Lindenwood. And Welsh in second place, 104.16. Brown, a 105.03. More in here. We've got fifth place and McGinley, 107.05. Onwinbika in sixth, and in seventh for Western Illinois. Looks like we're getting a combined work here. So Sophia Myers, 103.78, the win. Welsh in second for UT Martin, 104.16. Brown in third for Lindenwood, 105.03. Hardin of Southeast Missouri, followed by McGinty, and Onwinbiko. And that will bring us through the preliminaries of the women's 400 hurdles. Next on the track will be the men's 400 hurdles, and we'll come back after a short break to set up those 2 preliminaries.
Never even happened.
And welcome back to O'Brien Field here in Charleston, Illinois. This is the 2024 Ohio Valley Conference Outdoor Track and Field Championships. We await the field of competition in the men's 400 hurdles. Again, this race will have 2 heats. We will take the winner of each heat, plus the next 6 best in time, on to the finals. Of a full day of finals on Saturday during the early and mid-afternoon. We're also back on the air tomorrow night at 5 o'clock for another session from O'Brien Field in this championship weekend of the Ohio Valley Conference. Charleston, Illinois, and this stadium in particular, been here since 1970, and within 2 years it started to become the home of the Illinois High School Association Championships. So since 1972 there has been high school competition in Illinois, the state finals here in this arena up through, we await the 2024 edition of the IHSA finals next week. Our girls finals come in first and then followed by the boys. Sectional competition going on right now on the girls side across Illinois. For the 400 meters, we have the chance to bring you the field and heat number 1 as some of the competitors starting to get in preparation at their starting blocks. In heat number 1, Jacoby Ward of Tennessee Martin will be in lane number 3. Taylon Patterson of Arkansas Little Rock in 4. Therma McMullen of Tennessee State will be in 5. In 6, Taylor Lehman, Southern Illinois, Edwardsville in lane number 6. Marcus Gordon of Southeast Missouri State will be in 7. And Chase Peterson, a freshman for the Little Rock Trojans, will be in 8. Tommy Sontag for the Lindenwood Lions will be out in lane number 9. Men's 400 hurdles scheduled to begin at 5:25 p.m. So in approximately 15 minutes, I believe the OVC officials are going to stay on a strict time schedule this evening, as we want to keep everybody happy on the ESPN schedule side as well. So we have a little time here before the 400 meters will commence. Again, it will be 2 heats to qualify for the finals. And temperature here in Charleston, Illinois, 72 degrees this afternoon. Been a stiff breeze out of the north all afternoon. Of course, here on the track, that favors the home stretch results. And we had some rain earlier this afternoon, about 5 minutes worth, which actually just increased the humidity proportionately out here. But it's dried up well, especially with the wind taking care of that water. So we've got dry conditions, dry, windy, and again, with that breeze, very comfortable, very favorable for competition here this evening. With that, as we await the men's 400 meters, we'll take a short break and come back. Of Little Rock in 8 and Sontag of Lindenwood in 9. The gun is up on heat number 1. It's a clean start. Lanes all the way. Taylon Patterson, Little Rock, leads the field. He's starting to move up in the stagger as they come out of the south curve. The rest of the field holding together. Out in the outside lane, his teammate Peterson. And next to him, we've got Southeast Missouri's Marcus Gordon. This is a field between 53 and 56. Now Peterson of Little Rock, the freshman, moving up as we're past the 200-meter mark and coming around the scoreboard into the north curve. In the middle of the track, we've got Tennessee State's Therma McMullen. And McMullen straightening it out, and he has the lead. Inside of McMullen is Patterson of Little Rock, and it is all Thurma McMullen. McMullen, Tennessee State will take race number 1. Little Rock in second. And third looks like Marcus Gordon of Southeast Missouri. Timer's still sorting it out for race number 1. The win to Thurma McMullen. He'll advance to the finals. And as we await some more of the results from the first race here, now the field in heat number 2. Gregory Downs, senior for Eastern Illinois, will be in lane number 3. Landon Oxford of Lindenwood, St. Charles, Missouri, will be in 4. Cole Knapp of SIU Edwardsville in lane number 5. Tyler Moore, Arkansas Little Rock, in 6. In 7, Simon McLean, SIU Edwardsville. Momo Brema, Southeast Missouri, in 8. And Brian Townsend, the freshman for Tennessee State, will be in 9. This second race, Tyler Moore, Little Rock, a 52:47. So as we see through these men's and women's hurdles, Little Rock factoring in for the leads and the performance to move on to the finals. 52:47, lane number 6, a sophomore. Moore of Little Rock. We'll keep our eyes on him as we get through heat number 2. The gun is up. And we're away. Oh, we're coming back. It's a recall. First one of the day here on the track. And we'll see if we keep everybody in their lanes. So far, the officials talking about it. And looks like a yellow card at this point. So we'll live to fight another day. In lane number 4, that was Oxford of Lindenwood. One false start is your grace here at the OVC Championships. And lane number 4 already under warning. Everybody getting settled back in. Tyler Moore. Well, we're going to go one more time on the recall. Two in a row. here after a very smooth start in the 400 hurdles competition, both on the men and women's side. Now we've got the jitterbugs going on in the starting blocks. And lane number 4 with a yellow card, the previous recall. Officials going out this time to lane number 7. 7 here. Simon McLean of Edwardsville. And we'll get everybody back on an even keel and ready for attempt number 3. Gun is up. Everybody still in it. This time, it's good money out here. Starting to make that move is Tyler Moore of Little Rock. Moore moving up on the outside. Tennessee State's Brian Townsip holding strong again from the outside lane. Here's Little Rock and Tyler Moore at the 200 mark. He's all but in the front of the field now behind the scoreboard. Moore of Little Rock coming around, looking to join Thurman McMullen as the automatics for the finals in the 400 hurdles. Little Rock. Tyler Moore is there. Lane number 3 is Downs. 4 is Landon, and the win, unofficial, going to Tyler Moore of Little Rock. Moore, 54.08. A little off his season's best here, but enough to move through with the automatic. He's in first for the Trojans. Landon Oxford, 54.62 for Lindenwood in second. Simon McLean, 55.02 for Edwardsville, is the 3 spot. Gregory Downs, Eastern Illinois, 55.29 in 4th place, followed by Knapp of Edwardsville at 55.97. And then Townsend of Tennessee. We're getting ready for the 1,500 meters, first on the women's side, then the men's. These are preliminaries. For both 1,500s. When we get to two races of the 1,500s, we're going to take the top 5 per heat, plus the next 2 advance to the finals. If you're looking for current results for the OVC Championships 2024, our timing contractor this weekend is CFPI Timing. CFPI Timing. You can get it at www.cfpitiming.com, and you'll be able to find the link right away for live results here at the OVC Championships. I've got that up on my laptop right now, and we see results from earlier today, the heptathlon and the decathlon in the individual events. So we're still scoring up the multis at this point. And I'm waiting the official results for the 400 meters as we just presented them. As we sit at 5:42 p.m. Central Daylight Savings Time here in East Central Illinois. We can take a quick look at the field heat number 1 of the women's 1,500 meters with Emma Thompson of Southern Indiana in position 1, Lucy Singleton, a junior for the Morehead State Eagles in 2, Catherine Chacon of Eastern Illinois, the 3 runner, Holly Harding of Lindenwood, the 4. In the 5, Kendall Johnson of Tennessee Tech. The 6 runner is Malia Houston of Western Illinois, Emily Rempe of Southern Indiana, the 7. Layla Flaggy of Southeast Missouri State, the 8. Shelby Livingston of Southern Indiana, the 9, and Anna Keller of SIU Edwardsville, the 10. Competitors are gathering in the southeast corner of the stadium for this first race. Now, for heat number 1, some of the best marks here. 4:34 by Singleton of Morehead State, along with Malia Houston of Western Illinois. 4:39, Catherine Chacon of Eastern Illinois. The 4:40 mark achieved this year by Emily Rempe of Southern Indiana, along with Emma Thompson, Southern Indiana. She's at a 4:45. Looks like the field gathering with the starter. Dave Feldhake, the meet referee, Feldhake of Effingham, Illinois, has the gun and will start heat number 1 of this 1,500 meters. Ten runners. Looks like we have 10 in attendance at the start. Here we go. And we're away. .434 Singleton Morehead State. 4:34 Malia Houston, Western Illinois. The 2 and the 6 runners as they go through the first 100 here. We've got the 3, the 6, the 7 in an early lead. Chacon, followed by Houston and Rempe. Eastern Illinois, Western Illinois, Southern Indiana as they straighten it out for the first time to the home stretch. Chacon, Eastern Illinois, Western Illinois, right behind with Malia Houston. And the 3 runners, as there goes Morehead right now. That should be Singleton moving up on the outside into the 3 spot. Houston in the 2. Chacon in the 1 as they complete 400 meters. First full lap around here in the 1,500. Lead group. Looks like 7 or so. 2 teammates there in the back. The 7, the 1, Southern Indiana's Rempe, followed by Thompson. And again, they were 4:40 and 4:45 respectively as Chacon continues to hold the lead for Eastern Illinois. 1:46, 1:47 as they come around the scoreboard. Back on to the home stretch. Still now the same position. Eastern Illinois, Western Illinois, Moorhead State. Singleton in third. Houston in second. Chacon in the lead. 2:08, 2:09 past the finish line. Now separation for the top three versus the rest of the pack, with Thompson as well as Rempe leading the chase pack for Southern Indiana. Houston, seeing if she can make a move now at 800 meters in the books. Still top three, about 2:30 on the first 800 meters. Here to the back stretch. Watching the chase pack at the moment as well. The 8 runner making a note for the first time here. Layla Fleggy of Southeast Missouri now leading the chase pack, which has separated out significantly as the leaders come back around here the north curve at O'Brien. Out and on to the home stretch once again. Chacon, Eastern Illinois. Would expect it in a way to be the third runner here, has taken the lead right from the beginning. Houston challenging her for Western, and there goes Houston now at the 3:23, 3:24. That's the bell. Houston of Western Illinois into the lead for this first heat of 2. Again, we're going to take the top 5 to the finals, along with the next best 2 in time. So these 3, as they hit the backstretch for the last time, Houston. Here now, here goes Singleton of Moorhead. Singleton, a junior. Chacon, a sophomore. Houston, a junior. It's still anybody's race as they approach 200 to go. To the outside is Moorhead, holding the rail. Houston of Western Illinois. Houston, the leaders continue to bunch up as they go behind the scoreboard one more time. Fleege still in the 4 position, and the 5 looks like one of the Southeast runners or Southern Indiana runners at the moment as they are coming home. Houston on the outside for Western Illinois, slight on the rail, slight lead here with Moorhead State Singleton, and Houston will battle at the end. 4:40, 4:41, that's it. There's your top 3. The 4 and the 5, you do have Rempe come in the 4, and I believe it's Thompson in the top 5 as well. Race number 1 in the books of the women's 1500 preliminaries. Close finish between Singleton of Moorhead State and Houston of Western Illinois, with Chacon of Eastern Illinois in third. And the first 5 will move on to the finals. So Singleton the win, 4:41.53 for Moorhead, 4:41.57 Houston, second place Western Illinois. Chacon of Eastern Illinois, a 4:42.14 in third. The 4th is Rempe of Southern Indiana, 4:44.54, and Layla Fleggy of Southeast Missouri State, 4:45.61. Those are your top 5. Thompson is 6th for Southern Indiana, 4:50. Johnson 7th for Tennessee Tech at 4:55. So right now, heat number 2 is gathering, and we're going to go to heat number 2. Here's your field. Haley Stagel, Tennessee Tech, the 1 runner. Brenda Torres of Eastern Illinois, the 2. The 1 and the 2 are freshmen in this field. Maggie Roy, Tennessee Martin, the 3. Brianna Payton of Southeast Missouri, the 4. Elena Cesar, Western Illinois, the 5. Sarah Carr of Eastern Illinois, the 6. Kayla Vogelsgang of Southeast Missouri, the 7. The 8 is Kaylin Holman of Moorhead State. Courtney Reed of Lindenwood, the 9 runner, Sarah Livingston, Southern Indiana, the 10, and Gabriel Smith of Lindenwood, the 11th. The field coming around now. In the lead, it looks like a pair of Eastern Illinois runners in the lead. That would be Torres and Sarah Carr. Torres, Sarah Carr, your 1-2 for Eastern Illinois as they approach the first 400 meters. Looks like the 5 runner in the next position, Cesar of Western Illinois. And they're through in 1:17, 1:18. First 400, Carr and Torres on the back stretch. Western Illinois in 3, followed by the 3 and the 8. Maggie Roy, Tennessee Martin, Kaylin Holman, Moorhead State battling for those 5 spots, the automatic qualifiers. Eastern Illinois, Torres and Carr. Still in the lead. The new third is still Western Illinois. And Cesar, as they come through this spot, 2:08, 2:09. Carr, Torres, Cesar, Livingston of Southern Indiana is the 4 right now for the second race of the 1,500 meters. So this now 800. The Mark II 31 for 800. Sunshine in the back stretch. Still Eastern Illinois. The 1 and the 2. The 6 runner in the lead. Sarah Carr, senior, with a time in at 4:34.19. Torres a 4:36.82. Cesar a 4:43. Surpassed the 200 mark of the backstretch and again to the north curve. Round behind the scoreboard at O'Brien. Carr, Torres, Cesar, Roy now in the 4, followed by Peyton in the 5 for Southeast Missouri. Here's your top 5. As at 3:15, 3:16, the field approaches the bell. Eastern Illinois, the 1-2. Western Illinois, the 3. And the 4 looks like Tennessee Martin with Maggie Roy. Peyton in the 5, catching the leaders right now. We go through the south curve. Still very tight field. Anybody with a big kick will threaten for the lead and the win, and it's Peyton right now for Southeast Missouri State showing the most potential to move to the front of the field on the back stretch as they come to 200 meters to go. Peyton moving up. The same thing with Maggie Roy as we approach the 200 line. Anybody's race again. Eastern Illinois runners still trying to hold the rail. It's still Carr on the inside. Now Peyton of Southeast Missouri, the senior, in a 5-woman race right now. 4:22, 4:23. They're going to straighten it out for the final 100 meters in this second heat of the 1,500. Peyton to the outside for Southeast Missouri. It is Carr and Peyton right now. There is also Torres, NE2, trying to go through the middle. Carr of Eastern Illinois still trying to hold the rail. It's going to be close, and Peyton may have edged forward with the win for Southeast Missouri State. Carr and Peyton of Eastern, Carr and Torres of Eastern Illinois factor into the top 3 as well, just past the 5-minute mark. Very exciting finish from the pass of the final run on the start line there on the final run through the backstretch. From the 200 meters, you had 5 runners, anyone with a chance of winning this second 1,500. And we'll let CFPI timing shake out all of the results. They are going up on the big board. Peyton the win, 446.71. Carr of Eastern Illinois and Torres will be second and third. We know that Cesar is fifth for Western Illinois, so there's your top five. Carr in two, Torres in three, Maggie Roy in four for Tennessee Martin. Again, watching our results posted up on the main scoreboard here at O'Brien Field. Peyton of Southeast Missouri, the win in race number 2. Maggie Roy, fourth with a 4:47.36. Watching the finish line scoreboard right now. Roy was fourth, and we know that Cesar was fifth. They're going to switch over now to the men's field for the 1,500 meters. Scheduled for 6 o'clock. And that's only 2 minutes away, so we're rolling right on time through the 1,500s. Mohammed Bahati of Western Illinois will be the one runner in this next field. Heat number 1 of 2. Angus Munro, Tennessee Martin, the 2. Andrew Payton, Little Rock, the 3. Cale Smith of Eastern Illinois, the 4 runner. Muyeddin Ali of Southern Indiana, the 5. Isaiah Morales of Eastern Illinois, the 6. Timothy Maxwell Lindenwood, the 7. Shane Fisher of Little Rock, the 8. Kyle Embry of Morehead State, the 9. And Nick Newby of Little Rock, the 10. For this field, Munro at 3:52.07, along with Morales of Eastern Illinois, also in the 3:52 range. Morales, the 6 runner, and Munro, the 2. Last instructions being given by Keith Jacoby of Batavia, Illinois. He's one of our starters here, along with Dave Feldhake. Field of 10, field of 10 showing up at the start for this race number 1 of the men. Gun is up. 1,500 meters, race number 1, preliminary. There's the 10 runner doing his best to get to the front of the field. That is Newby of Little Rock as the runners come out fast. 5 on the rail. 5 here is Ali of Southern Indiana. And swinging to the outside, Eastern Illinois, Cale Smith challenging. And now the lead, I believe, for Smith, Little Rock, and Eastern. 49 seconds through the first 300 meters. All 10 of our runners staying together as they are now through 400 meters at 104, 105, 106 Eastern Illinois. To the front, a second Eastern runner into the picture as well right now. The 10 runner, Newby. Second place, and I believe Western Illinois factoring in here in the front group with Baghati, the junior. Angus Munro is the 2. We've yet to really see him factor in. He's farther back in the field. Eastern in the lead. The two Eastern runners to keep track of them here. Cale Smith, Isaiah Morales. Morales at 3:52.37. And Smith at 3:54.94. Still, it's a mob together coming through the South Curve. It is the sixth runner, Isaiah Morales, holding desperate to the lead. Newbie on the rail for Little Rock in two, and another challenge also Little Rock on the outside. That would be Andrew Payton. 2:35, 2:36. They sweep into the North Curve again as they will come down on the home stretch. Morales the lead, Newbie in second, Baghati third. Here to the bell and now to the outside. Here comes Cale Smith right behind the bell. Let's call it 3 minutes. 400 to go. The field accelerates together. And we will watch Little Rock, the three runner, Andrew Payton, has the lead. The rail, the four runner is Cale Smith in second. Moving up. Here's your six, Isaiah Morales back in. Look at this field at 200 to go. You got seven runners in factor for the win. And we're approaching another exchange here. Eastern Illinois in the 2 and the 3. Martin in the 4. Little Rock the lead. Right now, this should be Andrew Payton of Little Rock battling it with Eastern Illinois. And that's your 1-2. Payton and I believe Carr. Payton to win for Little Rock, 3:57.86. It's Isaiah Smith. Smith is in second for Eastern Illinois, 3:58.04. Monroe, Tennessee Martin moves up to 3:58.55 and third. Morales is fourth for Eastern Illinois. So Eastern with the 2 and the 4 for the top 5 qualifiers. And Newbie will get in, and he's under 4 as well at 3:57. 3:58.90. Everybody's got to be under 4 in order to advance in this field. Race number 1 of 2. Andrew Payton, the win for Arkansas Little Rock, 3:57.86, 3:57.58, 58, and 59, all within a second of one another as they came across. Again, competitive first race in the 1500. Heat number 2 into the blocks, about ready to get started. We know we're going to be leaded. The one runner is Hudson Hall, Tennessee Martin. Byron Sowerby of Southeast Missouri, the 2. Brady Milliken, Tennessee Martin, the 3. Brady Terry, Southern Indiana, the 4. The gun is up, and we'll tell you the rest here in a second. Sean Hudspath, Western Illinois, the 5. Zach Walters of SIU Edwardsville, the 6. Logan Lummel, Western Illinois, the 7 runner. Colton Glosser of Tennessee Martin, the 8. Miles Thornburg, Southeast Missouri, the 9. And Adam Swanson of Eastern Illinois, the 10. Again, now remember, from race number 1, our top 4 actually look like the top 5, all under 4 minutes. Good comparison point here as the field comes around again. The 10 runner in this group is Adam Swanson of Eastern Illinois. Swanson to an early lead. Runners up on the outside now as well, but it'll be Swanson, 51 seconds. Everybody staying with him. A little smaller field here. We got everybody through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Looks like 9 of the 10 reported. Back around first 400, 108, 109, still Eastern Illinois. Western, the 7 runner, Logan Lummel of Western in the 2 here. Is this the 1 runner in the 3? Hudson Hall of Martin, Skyhawks in the orange over blue. That's the 3. And the 9 runner is Thornburg of Southeast Missouri. Round the scoreboard, Swanson, Lomo, Thornburg, and Hall, your top 4. Hall, the number 1 runner of Tennessee Martin. He's got 4th place. Now moving on the outside again. Challenging here. Eastern Illinois still in the lead. Western in 2nd. Martin in 3rd. 2 minutes. 2 minutes past the finish line as they come up on the 800 mark. Gorgeous evening here as we're at the 6 p.m. time frame. Eastern Illinois, Western Illinois, Martin, the 4-runner, Brady Terry of Southern Indiana, is in the 4, but the battle is on even there for that last automatic spot as Eastern Illinois still has the lead. Swanson of Eastern, Lomo of Western, Hall in 3rd. Adam Swanson, Eastern Illinois, barely holding on. Western on the outside. Tennessee Martin, double threat behind at the bell, 3:02. Everybody with a kick into the south curve. Still Eastern Illinois. And we're going to compare this race to the race number 1 in the sub-4s as Western Illinois pulls to the outside. Logan Lummel. Lummel now with the lead. Swanson trying to hold on. The 1 runner is Hudson Hall as they pass the 200 mark now. Move again for Swanson. Still Western. Logan Lummel. Swanson in 2. Hudson Hall, the 3 runner for the Skyhawks. Swanson trying to go to the outside. Logan Lummel has more in the tank right now, and he is going to take the win in number 2 here. So Western, Martin, Eastern, Southeast Missouri State, and potentially 2nd Western there. Lummel the win, 4:01.06, so now we're above 4. Hall, 4:01.52 from Martin. Swanson looks at 3rd. It's Lummel and Hall, your 1-2. Western Illinois and Martin. Milliken of Martin is in the 3. Terry of Southern Indiana, the 4 at 4:02.17. Hudspeth, Western Illinois, the 5. See how that matches up again on the finish line scoreboard. 4:45, 4:46 as they're marching through. Lummel again the win. Hall in 2nd, Swanson 3rd, Milliken 4th. So Swanson, Eastern Illinois 3rd, Milliken in 4th, Terry in 5th for Southern Indiana. That's your final automatic qualifier. Brady Terry of Southern Indiana. This group, right around the 4:02s, the first race just under 4. So our finals in the men's 1500 are going to be very close for those total sets of medals to be given out, which looks like on the weekend, on Saturday. Yanza Dwa of Southeast Missouri in 4, Bayandri Hodges, Tennessee Tech 5, Brianna Miles, Southeast Missouri 6, Malia Holland of Little Rock in 7, Gia Thomas of Tennessee State in 8, and Jalina Wyatt, Tennessee Martin in 9. We're going to take the winner of each heat and the next best 5 in time. First race here, 2384. Favorite in the middle, Brianna Miles, Southeast Missouri State. Gun is up. Miles of Southeast Missouri were clean at the moment. Stagger even Miles leading the inside group. It has some better time performance at the moment. It is Miles. Lane number 6, Brianna Miles. Next to her is Hodges of Tennessee Tech. Miles the win. Right around 24. And we watch here 23:67 Miles of Southeast Missouri State the win. Hodges of Tennessee Tech second at 24:36. Adams of Western 24:82. And DeWa of Southeast Missouri also in the 24 range. That's race number 1 of 3. Here now heat number 2, Jolena Sight, Western Illinois in 2. Sanija Houston of the Lindenwood Lions in 3. She's a freshman as well. Serenity Harry, Tennessee State. Tiger Bells in 4. Gabby Rusina of Lindenwood in 5. Landry Schreier of Little Rock. Schreier in 6. Janae Chapman of Tennessee Martin 7. Sanura Brannigan, Tennessee State in 8. And Jaira Powell of Lindenwood in 9. 23:89. Schreier of Little Rock leading this field, lane number 6. Gun is up. Full field, clean start. Nice jump for Schreier of Little Rock. And she's at the front of the group before we even get to the home stretch. Schreier of Little Rock. 2 down from her is Harry of Tennessee State. Schreier, and then on the outside you also got Brannigan of Tennessee State, but it's going to be the Little Rock Trojans with the win here in race number 2 of 3 of the 200 preliminaries. 23:83, Schreier of Arkansas Little Rock, the win. The 2 is Chapman of Tennessee Martin, 24:51. The 3 here, it looks like we've got something being split out in performance. Chapman is 3, Brannigan of Tennessee State 2, Brannigan, then Chapman of Martin, followed by Harry of Tennessee State in the 4. So the Tennessee State duo in the 8 and the 4 running well there with, again, the win, Landry Schreier. Heat number 3 into the blocks, Breeza Dury, Western Illinois, Durer in 2, Takia Palmer, Little Rock in 3, Alondria Smith of SIU Edwardsville in 4. In the middle, McKenna McBride of Eastern Illinois. In 6, Sydney Burdine of Southeast Missouri. Kaylee Allen, SIU Edwardsville in 7. Talia Palmer of Little Rock in 8. And Jessica Markel of Lindenwood in 9. McBride, a sophomore, 24:58. In 6, Sydney Burdine, Southeast Missouri, a 24:15. So watch 5 and 6. Palmer at 24-14, down in 3. And a 24-51 for Palmer of Little Rock. Could be anybody's race. Lane 4 looks open at the moment. That's Smith of Edwardsville with a scratch. Five is McBride there on the far outside. Little Rock's Palmer brings the field up with her. Palmer in 8. And down in lane number 3 is Takia Palmer. It's the Palmer sisters. Then in the middle, lane number 6, Burdine of Southeast Missouri State will come at the end with the win. Burdine, 24-34, the win. Palmer of Little Rock is a 2. McBride of Eastern Illinois, the 3 with a 24-94. And then the other Palmer sister of Little Rock with a 25-08. There's your first 4. Again, Burdine the win for Southeast Missouri. Durr of Western, the next spot, followed by Allen of Edwardsville. Then we're back here in the front for the results in heat number 3. That takes care of the women's side of the 200-meter dash. Takia Palmer was second for Little Rock with a 24-68. McKenna McBride of Eastern Illinois, third with a 24-94. And then Palmer, Talia Palmer of Little Rock, has the 4 at 25-24. The men getting into position in the starting blocks right now. The men for the 200 meters, 3 prelims. We'll take the winner of each plus the next 5 times for a field of 8 in the finals. Heat number 1, Khalid White, Tennessee Martin in 1. Brendan Noble of the Lindenwood Lions in 2. Malachy Barandilla of Western Illinois, the 3. Troy McKnight of Little Rock, 4. In the middle, Daniel Lacey in 5 for Eastern Illinois. And Kamer Yarborough of Eastern Illinois. 21 championship scoreboard of the day here for the Ohio Valley Conference. See how things are going. I've already got a point total here in front of me for the multis in the decathlon. Or the men's side, heptathlon on the women's side. Again, we'll see what we can dig up with results from earlier today here, day number 1 of the Outdoor Championships for the Ohio Valley Conference. Looks like we're getting them into position here for the last prep. Gun is up. Heat number 1. Rossell and Yarborough the favorites there on the outside. A lot of pressure on the inside in this race as well. They come around in the middle. That's Yarborough and Lacey. Yarborough and Lacey, Eastern Illinois, and outside of them is Cog de Rossell of Little Rock. Can he do a 20? He's in the 20s as it looks like 7-6-5-4 in position. 2069, De Rossell of Little Rock, the win. Yarborough, Eastern Illinois, second with a 2091. Lacey in third with a 2121. McKnight of Little Rock will get the 4 at 21:39. Yarborough carried along under 21 in that race. Joshua in 5. Joshua for Tennessee State in the 5 position. Meanwhile, again, Barandilla of Western 6, White of Tennessee, Martin the 7. And in the 8, Noble of Lindenwood. Everybody else in the 21s. Longley of Lindenwood, 22:45, the 9th spot. Here now, heat number 2 into the blocks. Jaden Young, the freshman for Western Illinois, will be in 2. Jam Walks Miller. Walkus Miller of Lindenwood, the 3. Oladipe Akamolafe of Tennessee State in the 4. Conrad Sacha of Edwardsville in the 5. Cameron Jackson, Little Rock, the 6. Billy Bailey, Eastern Illinois, the 7. John Davis of Tennessee State in the 8th position. Austin Carson, Lindenwood, the 9. Walkus Miller of Lindenwood, listed in the sub-21 club at 2074. That's watching lane number 3 in the second race of 3. See who will shake out to the top and get that automatic spot for the finals. Yep, these finals listed for Saturday afternoon. Vast amount of the running event finals will be Saturday. Tomorrow night, a lot of sprints and middle distances with 100 hurdles, 400 meter dash, 100 meter dash, 800 meters, and we end off with the steeplechase tomorrow night. Guns up for race number 2. We're clear. And there's the 3 position moving along. Kolomalafe of Tennessee State. And here outside, it's Cameron Jackson of Little Rock. Cameron Jackson of Little Rock, lane number 6, your win. $20.75. Jackson of Little Rock. Walkus Miller, 21.17, will get second for Lindenwood. Akomolafe of Tennessee State, third, 21.72. And then Bailey of Eastern Illinois, a 21.81. Sacha is fifth for Edwardsville. Davis, sixth for Tennessee State. Young is seventh for Western. Jackson again, 20.75. Cameron Jackson for the Little Rock Trojans. He's a junior. He takes the win in heat number 2. Heat number 3. Final heat of these 200 preliminaries. John Askew, Tennessee Martin in 2. Frankie Gray, Little Rock in 3. Brendan Parham of Southeast Missouri in 4. Ricky Johnson, Eastern Illinois in 5. In 6, Tyler Bell, Southern Illinois, Edwardsville. In 7, Connor Moore, Southeast Missouri State. In 8, Samir Smith, Tennessee Martin. In 9, Joshua McClendon, Tennessee State. Frankie Gray, Little Rock, 20.91. Bit of a surprise that last race. Cameron Jackson looked like a PR for the season, going under 21 for the win in heat number 2. And in this race, lane number 2, Frankie Gray Ricky Johnson, Eastern Illinois, 2104, coming into this competition. Those are the two that I'd say are the low 21s, high 20s for the final spot into the 200 on Saturday. The final automatic. Here we go. Frankie Gray, Ricky Johnson. Oh, there's Gray right off the bat for Little Rock. Swinging it around. Frankie Gray. Oh, and Eastern, Ricky Johnson. Ricky Johnson finds the accelerator. Ricky Johnson's going to hit the automatic for the third race for Eastern Illinois. Frankie Gray looks to be second. Johnson, 21-19. So first winner not in the 20s. Gray, second, 21-44. And Bell of SIU Edwardsville at 21-95, followed by, well, that's where we're at right now with it. Smith of Martin, 21-97. Frankie Gray, second place, 21-44. The win, Ricky Johnson, the senior, for Eastern Illinois. And that will wrap the 200-meter preliminaries. 1,000 meters. This is a championship race in the Ohio Valley Conference. A field listed at 25 that will do 25 laps here on the O'Brien Big Blue Oval. Evening moving along here in Charleston, Illinois, our first day of competition of the 2024 Ohio Valley Conference Track and Field Finals. We'll give you the field after the start of the race. Here we go. And we're underway. The one runner here tonight will be Riley Doyle of SIU Edwardsville, a freshman. Madison Trevena of Western Illinois, the 2. Kyla Luchtefeld of Little Rock, the 3. Kirsten Huffman, Lindenwood, the 4. Lexi Dockstader, Southeast Missouri State, a freshman, the 5. Brooklyn Bender, Southeast Missouri State, the 6. Ava Costello of Tennessee Tech, the 7. Aurora Dominguez of Western Illinois, the 8. Alexis Fisher, SIU Edwardsville, the 9. Mackenzie Aldrich of Eastern Illinois, the 10. Ches Nikonowitz of SIU Edwardsville, the 11. Nikonowitz, we'll go with that maybe as well. Marcy Cudworth of Little Rock, the 12. Alex Gomez, Eastern Illinois, the 13. Panagio Lazaru of Little Rock, the 14. Madeline Long, Tennessee Tech, the 15. Caden Gilmore, Western Illinois, the 16. Katie Horig of Southern Indiana, the 17. Kylie Hackey, the 18 for Eastern Illinois, the pride of Mattoon, Illinois. Micah Peels of Southern Indiana, the 19. Hannah Eastman, Southeast Missouri State, the 20. Zoe Seward of Southern Indiana, a freshman, the 21. Victoria Holliday of Tennessee Martin, the 22. Cadence Berry, a freshman for the Lindenwood Lions, the 23. Lakin Tarleton of Moorhead State, a senior, the 24. And the 25 runner, Katie Winkler, Southern Indiana. Field is through, I believe, first 400. Got to pace yourself in a 6-mile race, if you will, right? And so the field staying together and conserving energy. They're on the back stretch, the 19. In the early lead, Micah Peels, Southern Indiana. Set for comparison here, folks. This is at least a half-hour race. Settle in. Enjoy your dinner, perhaps, while we're watching this. The world outdoor record, set in 2021, 29:01:03. The American outdoor record is 30:03:82. Alicia Monson, set in 2023. The college outdoor record set this year on April the 11th by Parker Valby at 30 minutes 50:43. The OVC championship mark is 35:44:90. 3:12. And the field through first 2:23 to go. The 12, the 21. Leaders at this point, followed by the 20. The 12 is Cudworth of Little Rock. The 21, Zoe Seward, Southern Indiana. The 20, Hannah Eastman, Southeast Missouri State. We've now split into two groups, a front and a chase pack. As we sit through the back stretch, Cudworth, again, in the lead group. Cudworth is of Little Rock. Cudworth, Jr. Best listed time out here, Hannah Eastman at the 35:44:18. Remember, 35:44 is the OVC championship record. Hannah Eastman, 35:44:18. The OVC record set in 2015 by Una Britton, 35:44:90. This is a championship race. And the lap counters put another one on the board. 22 to go. We're approaching 5 minutes. Got an opportunity here. I'm going to go to the men's decathlon scoreboard, tell you where we're at. Through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, half the field. Matthew Fox of Little Rock leads with 36:84. The 2 in the decathlon right now, Shay DeGraff, Southeast Missouri State, with a 35:82 point total. Patrick Young of Little Rock, the 3, 35:47, followed by Ethan Sorrells of Little Rock, Aiden Meyer of Eastern Illinois, and Sam Coupland of Lindenwood. Your top 6 in a decathlon field of 11. And if we look at the heptathlon, we should be able to get a summary for the women's side of the multis. Little Rock still in the lead here in the early stages of the women's 10,000 meters. 4 of 7 events on the scoreboard today in the women's outdoor heptathlon. Your leader, Kayla Johnson of Tennessee Tech, 3,005 points. Anna Thomason, Southeast Missouri State, is in second with 29:88. Carolyn Beilert of Arkansas, Little Rock, 29:06. Followed by Duker of Lindenwood, McGinnity of Southeast Missouri, Taylor Goody of Southeast Missouri, Susan Grushka of Eastern Illinois, Savannah Graham of Little Rock. That's your top 8. Again, led by Kayla Johnson of Tennessee Tech after the first day here in the heptathlon. Field coming through again. Still Little Rock. Looks like Southern Indiana in the 2. Tennessee Martin in the 3. Western Illinois in the 4. 20 to go at 7:34. The lights are on here in O'Brien Stadium. We have results from the women's hammer. Check that out. This was the championship. All right. The win, Jasmine Stokes, Western Illinois, the OVC championship in the women's hammer this year, 56.09 meters. Ashley Shoemake of Lindenwood wound up with second place, 53.18 meters. That's Shoemake of Lindenwood. The bronze went to Alexis Hutchins of Edwardsville, 52.19 meter. They're your top 3. Yeah, all right. .904, 905 in this 10,000 meter race. As we approach 7 p.m. Leader since almost the beginning, the 12 runner, Marcy Cudworth of Little Rock. Behind Cudworth, the 21, and then the 20. We mentioned them before. The 21, Zoe Seward, Southern Indiana. The 20, Hannah Eastman, Southeast Missouri State. Then we've got Western Illinois in the next position, and I believe then 2 Eastern Illinois runners after that as the field is past the 200 mark and approaches the back of the scoreboard in the North Curve here at O'Brien. 12, 21, 20, Western Illinois. The 2 runner is Madison Trevina of Western, who has a 35:56.72. Then the 10 for Eastern Illinois, Mackenzie Aldrich. She's running on the outside. And then the second Eastern runner, that is Kylie Hackey, as Mackenzie Aldrich grabs a cup of water out of the water station there in the home stretch. So the lead group, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Eastern Illinois, 2 runners in that group. First 5 close, and here comes 6 and 7 to join the party as well. The 12, Marcy Cudworth Jr., Arkansas, Little Rock, on the back stretch. We're under 20 to go. Everybody running as a unified field at this point. Nobody's been lapped. Cudworth continues the lead. Seward, the 21 runner. Here comes Eastern Illinois right now. The 10, Mackenzie Aldrich, pushing into the top 5. Western Illinois' Trevina in the 4, and that would be Southeast Missouri State's Hannah Eastman in the 3. Little Rock, Southern Indiana, followed by Southeast Missouri, Western Illinois, Eastern Illinois. Hackey, the last position in the front group in, looks like 7 at the moment. Trying to get back in together with the leaders. 12, 21, 22, 10. Looks like the 5. The 5 says it's Dockstader of Southeast Missouri. We'll double check that as the field leaders in the field pass the 200. Not missing a beat so far, Marcy Cudworth. In the lead, Zoe Seward is a freshman for Southern Indiana. The 20. Anna Eastman, a senior. Simo wearing the red over navy. There's Western Illinois. Trevina in the next spot. With Mackenzie Aldrich, 13, 24, 35, 16 to go. 16 to go. Shadows lengthen. We see the light illumination now on the infield. In the O'Brien lighting system now providing the majority of the lumens. Who's the 15 here? Madeline Long, Tennessee Tech, is the last runner. Looks like the last runner in the lead group behind Aldrich of Eastern Illinois. Back to the 200 line again. Hackey drops back a little bit more from the leaders. First 3 have been in this position almost the entire race. Little Rock, Southern Indiana, Southeast Missouri, Western Illinois, Eastern Illinois, Tennessee Tech, Golden Eagles, with Madeline Long, the junior. Majority of these front runners, Trevina has a mark of 35.56. Eastman a mark of 35.44. The rest either freshmen or with very little experience in the 10,000 meters, but clearly distance runners who have prepared for this point. All right, we're going to wind up with a lapped field in just a moment. And the leaders have lapped the field. That's in the middle of lap number 15, 15:32. Let's call this around the halfway mark. And we've got the long jump champions on the podium right now. And I make note of Ramsey Hunt. Ramsey Hunt of Eastern Illinois takes the long jump this afternoon. Ramsey Hunt from Oakland, Illinois. And he has been a major player in the jumps and the horizontals the last couple of years for the Panthers. Congratulations, Ramsey Hunt of Eastern Illinois, the 2024 long jump champion. 16:21. Marcy Cudworth holding on to the lead. Zoe Seward in second. Hannah Eastman still in third. The forerunner is Aldrich of Eastern Illinois, the junior. We're on the backstretch. Last runner in the lead group, the 15, Madeline Long. The known quantities here, Trevina of Western, a 35.56. Eastman of Southeast Missouri, a 35.44. Everybody else a wild card, including the leader right now, Cudworth of Little Rock. Again, we continue. Leaders. Another lap runner at this point. Here's your lead group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've seen them throughout the race together. Almost no change in position among the front 6. Approaching 13 to go. We'll call it the halfway mark or close to it, 17:49 here on the scoreboard. Kylie Hackey, next position. Hackey will cross through at 18 minutes with 13 to go for Eastern Illinois. She would be the 7 runner right now in this final race. Hackey through the south curve. No one giving up their first 6 positions in this lead of the 10,000 meters for 2024 in the Ohio Valley Conference. Marcy Cudworth holding off the freshman Zoe Seward of Southern Indiana. Evansville, Indiana, the home of the Eagles of Southern Indiana. Your leaders here to the front. Home stretch. And more of the field being lapped. Just past 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's your front 6. Past the finish line. Hackey, the 7 runner for Eastern Illinois. My general track and field math says the first 8 score. Generally here, though, medals for the top 3. Leaders again on the back stretch. We concentrate on the front 6. They have been together since the gun. Everybody strategically holding on to what they have earned up to this point. No real change in position among these 6. Cudworth, Seward, and Eastman. Eastman, if she's got her season performance in her tonight, could threaten the OVC record. 35.44.90. Eastman with a 35.44.18. Will that come into play as we are now in the second half of this 10,000 meter championship? Leaders into the south curve, rolling through here at O'Brien, Eastern Illinois. To the 300 line. Cudworth in the lead. Seward in second. Eastman in third. Looks like the new 4 right now is Aldrich. Aldrich of Eastern Illinois in the front 4, threats to each other. Mackenzie Aldrich now at the back of the front 4 for Eastern Illinois. Cudworth. And now the lead group is clearly just 4. Cudworth, Seward, Eastman, Aldrich. More runners being lapped. 22:03, 22:04. We've got 10 to go. 4,000 meters left in this championship race. Cudworth still in the lead on the back stretch. Now, Seward. Saw a flash of acceleration there for a second. Your front four. Cudworth, Seward, Eastman, Aldrich. A junior, a freshman, a senior, and a junior. The freshman is in the 2 position right now. The leader, a junior. No seeded performance coming into this championship. Back to the home stretch. Aldrich challenging for third right now on Eastman. And Aldrich into third for Eastern Illinois. 9 to go. Seward in second. Eastman now in 4. What was a lead group of 6, Trevena has fallen off notably. For Western Illinois, this looks like Hackey at this point. So again, the toll starting to be taken on the leader group, but we still now have a core. Now it's really a front 3. Eastman lagging back at the moment. Look at Cudworth. Still solid. The freshman Seward. And Aldrich of Eastern Illinois. Here's your gold, your silver, your bronze right now, approaching 3,200 meters to go. Little Rock, Southern Indiana, Eastern Illinois. There's SEMO in the next spot. Tennessee Tech would be next. Tennessee Tech, the 15 runner. Madeline Long, next position. Then Trevena. So there's your 5 and 6 coming across. Good camera work here, staying with the leaders in this increasingly lapped field. And it's your top 3. Aldrich. Trying to stay at least at a minimum gap with Seward. Cudworth has not missed a beat. Here's Aldrich again, past another lapped runner. Eastman now notably behind the top 3. Again, your champion, your silver, your bronze right here. We're inside of 3,200 meters at the 26:14 mark. Who will break in what has turned into a 3-woman race? Will Cudworth hold? Will the freshman Seward use more of her stride as she's trying to go outside at the moment for Southern Indiana? Aldrich has lost a few meters. Is it just a pausing to conserve energy with another strike inside of her acceleration? As now we have a new leader for the first time since the beginning. The freshman Zoe Seward is the leader for Southern Indiana. We're going to call it right around the 27-minute mark. Aldrich has responded at least to close the gap now on the second for the first time. We have Cudworth in second. And Seward getting comfort zone in now between her and Cudworth. 6 to go. 6 to go in this championship 10,000 meters. A freshman taking the lead inside of 3,200. And adding to it on the back stretch. Aldrich in third. Eastman now a distant fourth. Keep it up again. This is a freshman, Zoe Seward, for Southern Indiana. Going for her first championship race in the outdoor season for the Ohio Valley Conference. Seward now all alone. Cudworth in the 2. Aldrich in the 3. Just around 29 minutes, 5 to go. 2,000 meters. The wind still at the runner's back on the home stretch. Zoe Seward continues to open the lead up on Cudworth. Aldrich in 3. Whole mess of lapped runners in the mix right now, but there are your 1, 2, and 3 spots. Aldrich still a factor for a medal here. No one really threatening Aldrich in the 3 spot at the moment, as the freshman Zoe Seward looks very strong. Just enough pressure on Cudworth through some 16 laps, and then the strike for the lead, and it was successful. Seward. $300 to go in this lap. Let's see where Cudworth is at this point. Two. Still, there's Cudworth. Cudworth now halfway through the backstretch, while Seward has made it to the 200 line. Aldrich in 3 for Eastern Illinois at the 31:28 mark. Here's your leader. Four to go. Again, the OVC mark, we'll make note of it here, 35:44.90. We're going to call it 3 to go right now. Let's make sure my lap counters are here. 3 to go at 31:53 for Seward of Southern Indiana. Aldrich has taken over. Let me see if, there's Aldrich. Okay, so Aldrich is still in the 3 spot. Cudworth the 2, as we look at a mass of lapped runners between now a very separated 1, 2, 3. What was a tight group through the vast majority of this race now has sorted out into a clear champion potential for the freshman from Southern Indiana. Zoe Seward. At the 200 mark. Again, we look at the relative here. I gave you Seward's mark at the 200. Here comes Cudworth. And we'll call Cudworth is there. And there's Aldrich. Make sure that that's our 10 runner, Aldrich of Eastern Illinois. Meanwhile, leader on the home stretch. We're going to go to 2 to go. 800, the final 800. 33:17, 18. Cudworth probably closed the gap a little bit. Aldrich still in the 3. And then we should have Eastman in as well. But there's your champion with only 600 to go. 600 to go coming up. Zoe Seward. 34:10. I think the OVC record will be safe at 35:44. But the freshman has distinguished herself in this first attempt at championship mode in the 10,000 meters. Seward, this now, the bell. 34:45. Now it's just Seward against the clock. Cudworth approaches in second place at 34:59. Here comes Aldrich for the bronze right now at 35:09. Leader on the back stretch, past the 300 mark. Zoe Seward. Will win the first championship on the track of this 2024 OVC outdoor meet for Southern Indiana. Here she comes. 35:51, 52. Seward, the finish line within sight. She will finish in the 36 range. The freshman for Southern Indiana has the gold 2024 10,000 meter champion, Zoe Seward. Here comes Marcy Cudworth of Little Rock, who will claim the silver at 36:25. And in 3, Mackenzie Aldrich, Eastern Illinois. 36:35. Anna Easton of Southeast Missouri, still factoring into the top group. Let's look at the official results. 36-14-25, the championship. Seward of Southern Indiana. Cudworth, 36-25-28. Arkansas, Little Rock. Aldrich, 36-35-66, Eastern Illinois. 4 has yet to register on the board at 37-16, which means the front 3 have come home a full minute, perhaps, in front of the 4 spot in this 10,000 meter championship. There it is. 4 is on the board. Eastman, Southeast Missouri, 37-02. 37-02-34 is the 4th spot for Eastman. The 5 is Long of Tennessee Tech, 37-06. Long is 5. Trevena of Western Illinois is the 6. Trevena, 37-11-99. Long, 37-06-52. The 7 is Winkler of Southern Indiana, 37-59-04. And the 8 is Doc Statter of Southeast Missouri, another freshman, will get the 8th and final point spot for Southeast Missouri State. And there you have it, a freshman winning the 10,000 meters in the Ohio Valley Conference on the women's side. More runners coming home. Hackey gets 9th for Eastern Illinois. The 10 is Horig of Southern Indiana. The 11, Bender of Southeast Missouri. The 12 is Peels of Southern Indiana, of 39.03. 13, Lochtefeld of Little Rock. And we've got the first 12 in. Peels at a 39.03.31. Lochtefeld is now 13 in the next position. And it was a field of 25 runners for 25 laps. Still under 40 minutes for the field finishing up. Some more runners trying to put their mark in. Sub 40 for these 10,000 meters, is 6 miles, if you will. Latest positions up on the board as we're just past 40.03 as they flash through. Peels is 12, Southern Indiana. 13, Lochtefeld, Little Rock. Tarleton, 14. Huffman, 15. And the 16 looks like Lazarou of Little Rock. We're relaying these to you as they come up on the board. Lazarou, the 16. The 17, Gomez, Eastern Illinois. Holiday, the 18th for Tennessee Martin. Holiday, the 18. That's the last posted up here so far in the field of 25. And clearly, we're down to the last group of runners still on the track. 41 minutes right now. Again, the win, the freshman, Zoe Seward, Southern Indiana. The silver to Marcy Cudworth, Little Rock, the junior. The bronze to Mackenzie Aldrich of Eastern Illinois. 16 again, Lazarou. 17, Gomez. Holiday, the 18. Doyle is the 19 for SIU Edwardsville. This group now in the 42nd minute of this 10,000 meter race. '21. We're up to 23 on the board when they cycle through again. I'll give you a quick review. 42, 26, 27. Again, Dominguez, the 20 for Western Illinois. Doyle, the 19 for SIU. Gilmore of Western, 21. Berry of Lindenwood, 22. As our final runners are in and across, it appears that no one is left on the track, so this will give the final summary. And one runner here, a mark of 31.02. The open favorite here, the OVC championship mark is 28:39.64. Everybody in the field here, Logan Beckmeyer of Western Illinois, from right around the corner here in Arthur, Illinois. He has a 30:41.99, and Spencer Cardinal of Little Rock a 30:33.72. So we'll wait for the starter. Mr. Feldhake of Effingham appears to have the primary gun for the start. This is a field listed at 20 for the 10,000 meters, and we'll give you everybody after the start of the race. Mr. Feldhake. We're off. Again, Roland Prenzler, SIU Edwardsville. He ran at Edwardsville High School in that city. He's the one runner. Luke Johnson, Tennessee Martin, the 2. Dylan Bland, Southern Indiana, the 3. Spencer Heikelma of Edwardsville, the 4. Logan Beckmeyer, the pride of Arthur Lovington Atwood Hammond, Illinois, running for the Western Illinois Leathernecks. He's in the 5. Spencer Cardinal, Little Rock, the 6. Jacob Vogelpol of Morehead State, the 7. Noah Shaliol of Eastern Illinois, the 8. Aaron Soltman of Little Rock, the 9. Ethan Black, Eastern Illinois, the 10 runner here. Garrett Dumke of Southeast Missouri, the 11. His teammate, Nick Samarusti, the 12. Anders Heckley of Lindenwood, the 13. Robert Perry of Western Illinois, the 14. Isaac Ndiwa, the freshman for the Lindenwood Lions in St. Charles, Missouri, is the 15. Alex Nolan, Southern Indiana, the 16. The 17 is Richie Jacobo of Eastern Illinois. Kyler Stewart of Morehead State, the 17. Joseph Stoddard, Eastern Illinois, the 18. And Landon Swinney of Southern Indiana, the 19. First lap, 1:28. As the O'Brien lights become more of a factor in a race again that we will be with you for the next 30 minutes. There's a bold move for somebody as they come out of the south curve. 7 runner wants to make sure he's in position, I think, along with the 17. So let's see what's happening out here. The 17 and the 7 and the 18. The 7 at the moment, Vogelpol, Morehead State, and the 18 it would be Stewart of Morehead State. So the Eagles wearing gold singlets, and they have the lead as you see them come from outside the back of the scoreboard. Western Illinois in 3. Is that Beckmeyer? We'll check that out in just a second. Logan Beckmeyer. Beckmeyer is the 5 for Western Illinois. as Moorhead here, first 800 meters, still in the lead. Moorhead with a 1 and a 3. Western Illinois in the 2. New player in the 4 spot. Yep, Logan Beckmeyer in second. Tight group still. Forerunner is Helkema of Edwardsville. Looks like the Cougars running in dark red over blue. I think that's still the 7. That's Vogelpol, the junior from Moorhead State, a time of 31:46:82. Again, Beckmeyer and Cardinal of Little Rock, sub 31s. New leader at the moment. Catch them coming through. First separation from the group here. 4:12, 4:13. Make sure if he's one of the first noted favorites. It's the 3 runner. Dylan Bland, Southern Indiana. 13 runner. It's Lindenwood, Anders Heckley. Heckley of Lindenwood. And now everybody else says, wait a minute. You don't get away with it that quickly. And the group has returned together past the 200 mark. Beckmeyer still in third for Western Illinois. There's Helkema of Edwardsville. And again, Heckley of Lindenwood. Lindenwood Lions. The 4 runner there, SIUE. Helkema. He's a senior. Everybody in greater focus. 17 runner, Jacobo, Eastern Illinois. He's in the apparent 5 at the moment. There's another Edwardsville runner along with Moorhead State, Lindenwood. First early challenge for the lead, Anders Heckley, a sophomore. As they come into the backstretch at the 300 mark. That's the 6, Cardinal. That is Spencer Cardinal of Little Rock. Again, he's under 31 for performance this year. 4 runner, Heikelma of Edwardsville. He's a 31:08:75. Vogelpol, Moorhead State, 31:46. Prenzler, we haven't seen much of Prenzler yet for Edwardsville. Laying back, Eastern Illinois runner on the outside. Ethan Black, that may be Black coming up for the Panthers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No one has dropped out of position for running together at the moment. Anders Heckley, Lindenwood of Missouri. Still in the lead, but the group running like one animal out there. 6 runner second, that's Cardinal. Beckmeyer in third. 4 runner is Heikelma. And now group moving together. We're going to get new leaders here. The 1 runner, there's Prenzler. Prenzler into the lead, or the lead group for the first time with Heikelma. So it's Edwardsville in the 1-2 at the moment. 7:43, 7:44. round the scoreboard. North Curve here at O'Brien Field. 1-2, Southern Illinois, Edwardsville. Cardinal in 3. Here comes Luke Johnson of Tennessee Martin in the orange over blue. He's moved to the outside and pushing for 3 from there. 8:09, 8:10, 19 to go. Prenzler and Heikama. Your 1-2 for Edwardsville. Luke Johnson, Tennessee Martin in there. Front 10 can all run each other down at the moment. If someone wants to try make a move very early in a 10,000 meter race for sure. We saw how well the top 6 in the women's group stayed together until we were inside of 3,200 meters. Southern Illinois, Edwardsville, your 1-2. Here comes Martin trying to go to the outside. Martin now to 3. That would be Luke Johnson. 9:24, 9:25, 18 to go. We gave you a look earlier at the heptathlon standings. 4 events in. Early team point leaders on the women's side, Western Illinois, Edwardsville with 10. Now Southern Indiana will come up with 10 points for that championship in the women's 10,000. So Southern Indiana enters the front of the women's standings. As this tight pack again passes through, 17 to go, 10:36 on the scoreboard. Looks like they're giving it everything at this stage of the race. Edwardsville, the 1 and the 2. 1 and 4. We're going to double check that. Roland Prenzler. Spencer Elkama. And Spencer Cardinal of Little Rock. He's on the rail. On the outside of Cardinal, Luke Johnson, Tennessee Martin. That's your first 4 runners. There are Western runners next. One of them is Logan Beckmeyer. The other one, Robert Perry. We got both Western runners in there. That's what it looks like. Then Eastern Illinois. They approach the finish line again. Looks like Eastern in the next 2 positions. Roland Prenzler. Key part of a very strong Edwardsville High School team the last couple of years. They're poised again to do well when we get them here for the state of Illinois track meet in 2 weeks. Pair of Edwardsville Cougars right now. Southern Illinois, Edwardsville with the lead. There's the award stand. There are your winners. There are your winners from the 10,000 meters. Again, the champion is Zoe Stewart. The silver to Marcy Cudworth, and the bronze to Mackenzie Aldrich. Your champions on the stand right now for the women's 10,000 meters. Meanwhile, back on the track, 15 to go, 13:10 on the clock. It is still Edwardsville. Eichelma and Prenzler. Your 1-2. The back stretch. And I see Martin and Little Rock. Next position. Robert Perry, Western Illinois, factoring into the front group with his teammate Logan Beckmeyer. Next group are Eastern Illinois runners. So you see the leaders here. 2 from Edwardsville, Little Rock on the rail, Martin on the outside, Western Illinois, Eastern Illinois, Western Illinois, Southern Indiana, Eastern Illinois. We represent through the top 10. 14 to go, 14:24. The OVC record, 28:39:64, set in 1979 by Dave Murphy. 45 years that mark has stood at 28:39:64. The collegiate outdoor this season, 26:52:72, set in March by Nico Young. The American outdoor record, set in 22, is 26:33:84 by Grant Fisher. The world outdoor 2020, it was set Joshua Cheptegei, 26:11. Roland Prenzler, Spencer Elkema, and Luke Johnson, your top 3 right now. Beckmeyer into the 4 with Cardinal. 15:40, 15:41. A lot of race left, 13 to go. We're about the halfway mark. But who will survive? And Prenzler, the favorite per se at the moment, the one runner. Can Prenzler hold this lead? His teammate Helkema in 2. Tennessee Martin, the Skyhawks Luke Johnson in 3. Beckmeyer and Cardinal next, along with Western's Robert Perry. You get Eastern Illinois and Southern Indiana in the next spots as they're back behind the scoreboard in the north curve. Beckmeyer. Seeing any daylight in front of him at the moment. Beckmeyer, all-state runner in Illinois, both in cross country and in the 3200. Beckmeyer, wild card here for Western Illinois, 16:56, 16:57. Roland Prenzler still has the lead as the campus lighting system pops on. We're approaching sunset in Charleston, Illinois, 7:48 right now. Sunset at 7:54. We'll be in nighttime when this race ends in Charleston. Prenzler. Now Johnson of Martin holding second. Beckmeyer pushing for third for the Leathernecks. Spencer Helkema, the senior. Prenzler and Helkema, both seniors for the Cougars. There's Beckmeyer. In the 4, Cardinal in the 5. In the 6 is Robert Perry, Western Illinois. Eastern Illinois, 3 of the 4 next spots with Southern Indiana, 18-10. As the lead group now, we have a separation really for the first time in this race at the 11 to go mark. Front group and chase pack. And they're split by Morehead State. And now to the front looks like Cardinal of Little Rock. Cardinal has found the accelerator for the Trojans and a notable lead on Prenzler and Johnson at the 200 line. Cardinal, a senior for Little Rock. Again, he has a 30-33-72 for performance this season. And now you have a clear leader for the first time in this race. Prenzler in second, Johnson in third. To the outside again, Beckmeyer of Western Illinois. Spencer Cardinal, 1918, 1919, 1920. We've got Eastern Illinois now in the 2 spot. Is it the 17? The 17 is Richie Jacobo for Eastern Illinois, leading the chase pack. Southern Indiana next. Most of the normal leaders, the other Eastern runner up there, the 19. That is Joseph Stoddard, a freshman for Eastern Illinois. Panthers top 10 here in the top 10 as we're past 20 minutes. Spencer Cardinal. This is the last race of the night here at Eastern Illinois and the 2024 OVC Championships. We'll be leaving you right after the finish of this race and looking forward to competition tomorrow. 9 to go. 9 to go. It is Spencer Cardinal all alone. New second, new third right now. Southern Indiana in play for second. Eastern Illinois in third. Again, it's Jacobo in second. Beckmeyer still hanging around in the chase pack. This looks like the 16 for Southern Indiana. Alex Nolan, another freshman. Nolan at the front of the chase group on the leader, Cardinal. Cardinal in the front 5 for the first half of the race. Broke out in the 9 to go mark, and Cardinal now almost at the comfortable level. He keeps the pace. 21:34. We approach sunset in Charleston. It's all Spencer Cardinal, Eastern Illinois. Jacobo back into second. In an ever-exchanging battle for second. Beckmeyer in fourth. Alex Nolan trying to go back up for Southern Indiana. Johnson still in there for Tennessee Martin. Also, the freshman Stoddard for Eastern Illinois. Anybody can take on second place at the moment, the density of that group. While Spencer Cardinal has little to no worries. 22-32, 33. Back around again. The lap counter will tell him. Looks like 7 to go. 7 to go for our leader. Spencer Cardinal, 22:55, 56. Still lots of jostle and lots of competition for second place. Jacobo back in second for Eastern Illinois. Cardinal coming out of the south curve. Jacobo still at the front of the chase group. Johnson of Martin covered a bit. Here's Prenzler. Prenzler in the top 4. Chase pack, group of 8, all in reach of each other. We'll be approaching 6 to go for Spencer Cardinal. 33:72 coming into this race. We're at the 24 mark right now. Six to go. Now Stoddard, the freshman for Eastern Illinois, leads the chase pack. Nelson, Nolan in 3 for Southern Indiana, so 2 freshmen lead the chase pack. And Stoddard has separated himself from that group of 8, all alone in second. Nolan next moves for the remainder chase pack, still up and down, which includes Prenzler and Beckmeyer and the 17 runner, Jacobo for Eastern Illinois. And Prenzler back now in third, which should have been the group as such. And here comes Stoddard. Joseph Stoddard within sight of Cardinal. We're coming up on 5 to go. 2,000 meters. 25-24, Stoddard still closing the gap. The freshman for Eastern Illinois gaining on Spencer Cardinal, the senior for Little Rock. Stoddard, no seed time. Stoddard is going to take him. Here comes Stoddard, Eastern Illinois. Will a freshman win the men's 10,000 like a freshman won the women's 10,000? Right now, it's Joseph Stoddard seeing if Spencer Cardinal will blink past the 200 line. It is a distance back to the chase pack where Jacobo is in lead of the chase pack in third for Eastern Illinois. Johnson in 4 for Tennessee Martin. Joseph Stoddard, the 19 runner in the field, versus Cardinal, the senior with a significant performance mark in this event through the 2024 season. Leaders, 4 to go. 1,600 meters or less. Dusk continues to fall on the O'Brien Field track. This final race of the night will be a great way to end this first day of competition with a battle between a senior and a freshman. Stoddard, strong strides at the moment, just behind Cardinal for Little Rock. Stoddard trying to make a move, backs off a little. Jacobo apparently still a factor in the front of the chase pack, along with Southern Indiana, but all eyes right now on Spencer Cardinal and Joseph Stoddard. All right, meanwhile in the chase pack, Southern Indiana in the 3, Martin in the 4, Eastern Illinois the 5, Western Illinois the 6 and the 7. Stoddard getting closer on Cardinal in the south curve. They'll be both going into the wind here. The field has 3 or less to go. Back stretch. Stoddard still looks like a lot of potential in the tank. Cardinal knows how to manage this as a senior. Each of them, stride for stride. It can be anybody's race. North curve again. Out from behind the scoreboard. Field is now being lapped. Lapped runners staying to the outside. Cardinal and Stoddard, the inside. We're coming up on 800 to go. 29 minutes right now on the board. Leaders clear through 29-12, 800 to go. Stoddard still staying just behind Cardinal. Stoddard, he's daylight to the outside. Here he goes. Stoddard at the 300 mark has opened the accelerator. Cardinal has to respond. Joseph Stoddard, did he catch Cardinal? Inside of 800 meters. Still accelerating past the 200 line. Joseph Stoddard, will a freshman win the men's race on top of a freshman winning the women's race here at the Ohio Valley Conference? His Eastern coach cheering him on. We are approaching the bell. 30-10, 30-11. Here comes Joseph Stoddard with 400 to go, and he is opening the throttle. Cardinal has been caught, and it looks like an increasingly futile attempt to get back to Joseph Stoddard for Cardinal. 300 to go for the freshman. The 19 runner in the field, Joseph Stoddard. Stoddard with 200 to go, all but has the race. If he does not shut down at this point, we will have a double freshman win in the 10,000 meters for the Ohio Valley Conference Championships. Here we go. One of the most amazing results of the day. Joseph Stoddard, Eastern Illinois, will win the 10,000 meters. His teammates can't believe it. 31-20, 31-20 the win. Joseph Stoddard. Here comes Spencer Cardinal. He will get the second, and I think we got Eastern Illinois coming in on the third as well. That's a lapped runner. Here it comes. It's going to be Luke Johnson of Tennessee Martin in the 3. The official is up on the board. Stoddard, 31-20-59, the champion.
Never even happened.
And welcome back to O'Brien Field here in Charleston, Illinois. This is the 2024 Ohio Valley Conference Outdoor Track and Field Championships. We await the field of competition in the men's 400 hurdles. Again, this race will have 2 heats. We will take the winner of each heat plus the next 6 best in time on to the finals. Of a full day of finals on Saturday during the early and mid-afternoon. We're also back on the air tomorrow night at 5 o'clock for another session from O'Brien Field in this championship weekend of the Ohio Valley Conference. Charleston, Illinois, and this stadium in particular, been here since 1970, and within 2 years it started to become the home of the Illinois High School Association Championships. So since 1972 there has been high school competition in Illinois, the state finals here in this arena up through, we await the 2024 edition of the IHSA finals next week. Our girls finals come in first and then followed by the boys. Sectional competition going on right now on the girls side across Illinois. For the 400 meters, we have the chance to bring you the field in heat number 1 as some of the competitors starting to get in preparation at their starting blocks. In heat number 1, Jacoby Ward of Tennessee Martin will be in lane number 3. Taylon Patterson of Arkansas Little Rock in 4. Thurma McMullen of Tennessee State will be in 5. In 6, Taylor Lehman, Southern Illinois, Edwardsville in lane number 6. Marcus Gordon of Southeast Missouri State will be in 7. And Chase Peterson, a freshman for the Little Rock Trojans, will be in 8. Tommy Sontag for the Lindenwood Lions will be out in lane number 9. Men's 400 hurdles scheduled to begin at 5:25 p.m. So in approximately 15 minutes, I believe the OVC officials are going to stay on a strict time schedule this evening, as we want to keep everybody happy on the ESPN schedule side as well. So we have a little time here before the 400 meters will commence. Again, it will be 2 heats to qualify for the finals. And temperature here in Charleston, Illinois, 72 degrees this afternoon. Been a stiff breeze out of the north all afternoon. Of course, here on the track, that favors the home stretch results. And we had some rain earlier this afternoon, about 5 minutes worth, which actually just increased the humidity proportionately out here. But it's dried up well, especially with the wind taking care of that water. So we've got dry conditions, dry, windy, and again, with that breeze, very comfortable, very favorable for competition here this evening. With that, as we await the men's 400 meters, we'll take a short break and come back